Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. TNC's turn to ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Needs assassin.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Magi!
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Crystal Maiden.
Slada.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. TNC's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. TNC.
Dazzle.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Slog.
TNC's turn to pick.
Spectre.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. TNC's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. TNC's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Templar Assassin.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Storm Spirit.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Prepare for battle. Thirty seconds to battle. The battle begins.
Stupendous! Denied! First blood! I blew it! I came a long way to see you die.
Denied.
This'll come in handy.
Can't run from your thoughts.
defending.
Double damage.
Denied.
No whining now!
Mine!
Selfish.
Told you a storm was coming!
Two is the loneliest number.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
For this.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Slippery when dead.
Dire's top tower
This'll
is
come in
under
handy.
attack.
Dazzle.
Picks, but to be honest with you, I think this already looks really, really bad, and you don't really see it from the kills. Like 6-4, okay, you know, it's manageable, but the CS lead and how hard they're winning these lanes faceless is really concerning for TNC. This is a 3,000 gold lead minute 8 with 0 towers down. That's an absolute stomp.
And even things that feel like we don't see again, the fact that the side lanes, look at the denies they've been able to pull off.
Yeah.
It's that much they're shutting down. And not
Is
just
Cuckoo
calling
getting
XP.
soloed here by
He's getting
Storm?
styled on by Jabs. Jabs picks up the solo kill. At the
Oh.
same time, Faceless, they're not only making plays mid, they're trying to go up top. They may get punished this time though, Raven. Closing back in onto XY. XY falling incredibly low, will take out the poison touch. But Ice is looking to make sure that the trade pays off. A third kill picked up for that one loss that Faceless have in this fight. And, This is looking so tough for TNC. Faceless are just playing it right.
They're making some really good decisions, and at the end of the day, this is going to come down to whether TNC can get that one big fight that brings them back into the game. I think at this point, 1 or 2 skirmishes aren't going to cut it. With this big of an advantage, it's just going to keep snowballing more and more for Faceless until this team fight kicks in from TNC. So we're going to see if they can find the opportunity.
This is the play that they need to try and make happen. To get things, to slow down the momentum that Faceless is building up. But mid lane, whilst they're looking for a play, bottom TNC, Cuckoo. It's been gone on. 1 TP will come through, and that will put Jabs off from going in for more. Top lane, Ice on the verge of flaming this tier 1 tower from Raven. And nothing that Raven can do about it. Will TP himself back to base. He's going to look to refuel on the mana so he can horn in and potentially join a gang.
Bottom lane, they're trying Black. Perfect chaining of stuns.
But is it enough stuns? It isn't. He packs, and he gets out of it. It's so hard to catch the Slark. And that's TNC using a fair few resources to try for it. And then you've got to kind of ice it. Is this a draft issue against the Slark? Was it that much of a perfect pick from Faceless? Jabs comes in, and to make things even worse for Cuckoo, Jabs steals the double damage ring.
The Slark pick was amazing at the point that they picked it. There was, I thought this looked like an absolutely great Slark game. And then TNC decided to last pick TA into it, which was a bit puzzling for me. You already have the Spectre. It's not really that great of a hero matchup for TA, and of course the last pick also sitting on Faceless, so they could even pick whatever matchup they wanted for mid. In this case, the Storm Spirit is having a good time. I'm personally not that big of a fan of the TA pick in that position in the game, but more than anything, this mid lane early game they just got outplayed, and seems like it's continuing.
Yeah, Tim tries to hang around to get a bit of solo XP, but Jabs immediately in with the DD. There to punish.
And this is, by the way, whenever you're thinking about picking Ogre, there's 2 things that make a good Ogre game. Either you have 1 or 2 lanes that you really want to secure early on, where you have like weak cores that need help. Storm isn't the greatest hero in the lane, so it's really nice for him to have Ogre backing him up. That's one thing. And the second thing is, can we use Bloodlust? And their lineup is incredible for Bloodlust. All 3 cores of Faceless benefit so much from this ability. It might not be that intuitive on Storm. You're like, why does he need move speed? He travels so fast. Attack speed on Storm.
It really is, yeah.
Attack speed on Storm is a big deal. And no-brainer why it's amazing on Slark. And Abaddon, one of the off-lane cores that is being played right now, that actually hits a lot and can deal a lot of damage.
I mean, we've seen that, how well he's been able to harass Raven and really make the Spectre's life a little bit miserable on this top lane. Bottom, Sentry's down, they've got the vision of Sam H, he'll try and get himself out of there. Jabs comes in, we'll get the touch. Sam H managing to buy some time with the Spike Carapace, but it's not going to be enough. A kill for Black. As Faceless just, they've come into this matchup, it seems like they've just had the perfect plan. We know in the past that Faceless have just been very good against these Southeast Asian teams, and we're really seeing it already here, Sim.
We definitely are. This is actually the most one-sided game that I can remember in the whole tournament, in the first 12 minutes. There might have been one more, but they are destroying TNC. This isn't even funny. Like, we're approaching, if this tendency continues on the graph, which we have every reason to believe so, it's pretty much a linear growth.
Yeah, it is.
What's that? A 10k lead at minute 17 at this rate? 18?
It looks to be aiming that way.
That's pretty rough, and I mean, I'm trying to look at the bright sides here for TNC of what plays they can make. They're just very limited. There's no Blink Dagger on the Slaughter, not even close. There's no Blink Dagger on the Nyx, not even close. It's actually going Midas. I don't know if maybe they have to. The TA is really far away from Adesto 13 minutes in. Might actually go for the Blink first as a result. They've lost 2 towers, currently losing their 3rd.
And look at this Faceless are just keeping the tempo up. They're looking for a play down bottom. XY has been found alone, and Raven and Cuckoo will look to try and abuse that. Sam H coming across as well. It is a tanky Ogre. They really need to get this kill so as to not waste time on it. And they will do so indeed. The question is if Faceless can punish them. Jabs gets the touch onto Cuckoo. Looking to zip in and close the gap. Spike Carapace will on him back. He's actually out of mana here. Jabs has to be a bit careful, but he does have the back with the team. Black jumps in, gets the pounce on Sam H. Sam H starts to run, has the stick charges to survive. Pull back onto Raven, graved up by Ryo. TNC, they're managing to stay pretty strong in this fight, all things considered. Jabs ticking down low. The Storm will drop, but Black, he's still fighting very, very strong. The meld hit, the stick charges. Black stays alive, healed up by the mist coil. Good crush from Tims, but it's dart packed off immediately by Black. Cuckoo melds up, no vision here between them, but they do have the AoE from the dart pack, but the refracted, it doesn't matter. Nuts comes in at the right time with the Crystal Nova to make sure they can bring that TA down before they get punished even more. And in a fight where but TNC probably one of the best that they've had this game. It still doesn't feel like enough. Faceless are the ones to come out on top. Black survives. They may have lost Jabs, but it is still the Faceless win.
Yeah, it's just really, really big win. Did Slardar die twice, or did he just not? I think Slardar died twice. Did he?
No.
In that fight? Because I was just thinking, this was a long fight, right? And it was taken next to TNC's Shrine. And the way it started was that they ganked Slardar bottom, and at the same time they went on the Ogre mid. And I think he could have died, respawned, TP'd back,
four
and
times
died
already.
again. I'm not sure. But regardless, like whatever the numbers were, this was another great fight for Faceless, honestly. Yep, the graph. There was a slight
we'll have a look
dip
here
on that
soon.
kill.
We might be able to catch it this
Let's see,
time.
Slardar's currently dead.
Yes.
This fight is really long. He's spawning now. He might just not be TPing in. Yeah, he is TPing in.
Yeah, so you're
He
right.
died twice.
He goes down the second time at the end of it.
So that was overall a 5 for 2, I think.
What do we have? The initial start
Ogre
up death,
and
the
Storm
other 3, and yeah, you're correct. Here goes
5 for
down,
2.
so a 5 for 2. A very, very painful trade for
bottom lane
TNC.
Cuckoo.
Faceless.
Oh, Meld.
Cuckoo and Riot have to be careful. Ice is going to come hunting for them.
And with all the strong games we've seen from TA in this tournament, this is a different story. This shows the weakness that the hero has. If it is not having a good game, right now this TA hero just sucks, man. Like it's really, really bad.
He's got a bit of time where he can't do anything here. The TP is still on cooldown.
He needs to get this Blink Dagger as a minimum, and probably the Death as well, because everyone has overtaken him so much that this is not a comeback hero by any means, unless you've like stacked for it and it gets to farm like these triple or quad stacks or something, and then all of a sudden you get this big influx of gold, but it just hasn't happened. So
and this has always got to be an honor. If you are a team that is massively behind after the laning stage, dealing with a 16-minute slot with a Shadow Blade.
Yep. And he's not the only one making good item progression. We're seeing Ice with Vlad's into soon the Medallion, and then full Solar Crest will come shortly after. And the Storm Spirit will have a pretty timely Bloodstone as well. So everyone is doing very well on the Radiant side. Even the supports are having a pretty good time. Almost Midas and the Crystal Maiden. Ogre has the Value Buckler. Looks like he's going for a full mech, actually. I may sound like a broken record here, Owen, but I can't even imagine a fight right now that TNC can win. Like, that is how grim it looks. The difference between this game and Liquid's games yesterday when they had the TA and the Spectre was that their TA had a way better game, first of all, and their lineup just had more damage. The Doom in the Liquid lineup made a big difference in terms of just being able to go in, get them an advantage in the fight. Nyx is not that kind of hero, especially not with a Gloves of Haste. Like, are they going to kill people?
They will find Black, but again, Shadow Dance still there. We'll use it rather early, so they managed to hold him in position. This is a good start off the 10, with Raven jumping in as well. Black pulls low, we'll get the pounce off. Raven continues to chase, Cuckoo comes with the blink, that's huge. Absolutely huge for TNC. They get one, they may just get two as well. XY tries to get himself up to the high ground. Fire Blast to hold back the TA, but the rest of TNC close in, pick up a second. TNC perfectly. I mean, that is pretty much the only way they can kill the Slark. They did it textbook. The timing of the stuns was brilliant. They controlled him. Argument, maybe a bit of an early Shadow Dance from Black did end up costing him because they were able to stun him through it. But that was perfect from TNC.
But more important than anything, he was out of position. This kill, I don't think is possible if his team is backing him up. Abaddon can always save him, or if there's like a Crystal Nova and a Frostbite, he might be able to get away from this core that ends up killing him, but that fails. And all of a sudden, TNC...
This is a good oh, he's done it! He snatched the Aegis Jabs! AoE damage comes through for the Crystal Nova. TNC falling low. Jabs with the big pull play coming in, snatching the Aegis. Raven trying to get himself out. He's the last member of TNC alive. He will survive for now. But that timing from Jabs getting into the pit, absolutely beautiful.
This is such an ironic moment. He makes like the biggest play of the game. He gets stuck on a cliff of Storm right after. Oh, that's some good stuff. Really, really nice play here from Jabs. When this was the possible turning point of the entire game for TNC. They got 2 big kills next to the pit. They have a good Roche lineup in Slardar and TA. But at the end of the day, the lack of a Deso. They don't kill Roche fast enough. The Storm gets there in time, goes for the big play, manages to snatch the Aegis 1-on-4 basically. An absolutely huge play here coming in from Jabs. And now we're feeling very comfortably with Faceless once again. 10,000 gold.
At the 80 minutes, as you predicted.
Oh, it's a bit later. Or is it? No, actually it's 18 now. Kind of not exactly the way I imagined it would happen, but the advantage is still there.
that.
Is this a full crest? This is a full solo crest now on Ice Ice Ice. And they have some really good heroes to take advantage of this aggressive minus armor usage and of the defensive usage. I think especially the defensive usage.
Look at this timing again. It comes in absolutely perfectly.
This is super good.
And just the amount of damage he's able to do with those passive procs, because of how close they are together, it just rips TNC apart. I mean, Raven was very lucky to get himself away. Very lucky.
They got the very nice jump into level 4 Static Remnant with Aquatic Shield, another Static Remnant, Crystal Nova, and TNC are just, there's no play. You're caught in the pit. You kind of had to commit that many heroes to try to get it in time. I don't think it was a bad idea from TNC. It was just one of those moments.
Here begins the fun. Black, he won't get the kill, but he will be able to grab a few essence shift stacks, forces the Dazzle's TP back.
Power's gone.
A second tier 2 to be falling from the side of TNC's map at the 20-minute mark.
Dyer's middle tower has
Faceless
fallen.
still with the 3 strongest cores on the map. Raven and Cuckoo trying their best to climb back into the game. We do have, well, Desolator is not looking too far off for Cuckoo. He's still managing to make good progression considering how hard he was beat down on the start.
Yeah.
He's got 2.1k on top of the Blightstone. So just about 1,000 more to go and he'll have it. Black, maybe looking to see if he can find something.
This is something you generally don't want to see, though. Like, TNC have the Spectre and TA fighting for farm in the same lane. That shows that you're cornered. Like, there are so limited options to where they can go and get farm that they end up going toward the same spot. I think regardless, they shouldn't be. Like, one of them should just go somewhere else. But they might be just trying to trade off towers here. There are only 3 heroes in position, though. This could be interesting in mid, however. Sam H, they need one more hero. They're deciding against it. Dazzle and Nyx alone can't do it. There goes the tier 2. So now it makes a bit more sense that Tia and Spectre ran down here together. They will get the tower, at least. But here comes the high ground push. And this is really difficult for TNC.
How do you hold this back if you're TNC? Your heroes just... where's the kind of the wave clear as such to push it and the AoE?
I think you have to play around the weave that is currently ticking. The deaths are almost done on TA, but won't be in time.
Silver Edge complete on Black.
Weave is pretty strong right now. Need to be careful. And they're just going to step back for a little bit. The weave is running out now in 5 seconds.
And the next creep wave is ready to come in. TNC.
Oh!
Black actually seeing if he can get himself a pounce on Sam H. Won't get the connection. And the tier 3 falling very quickly. Jazz ready to start making the play. Zips in, grabs Rio. Rio gets the Grave off in time. There's the Horn from Raven trying to kick things off. Right side, pops the ultimate. Jumping around, Tims tries to get himself away with the sprint. Will escape for the time being, but Jabs jumps again into the 3. Hitting the slow onto 3 members again. Jabs with the plays in and out. Out of mana now, has to be careful. They'll look to turn back towards the racks. Black healed up by Ice Ice Ice. They'll take down the Slardar. Tims with the immediate buyback. Vortex onto Sam H. Dragging him back in. Zip forward, Jabs will pick up the Nyx Assassin. Second one dead on TNC. Haven't quite finished off the melee rack yet. TNC trying to do their best to keep Face's hands off them. Jabs is out of mana, falling low, but Cuckoo frostbited up. The Grave comes out just in time, but can they actually get Cuckoo out of this fight? He's being slowed down. XY tries to look for the Fire Blast, does get crushed up by Tims, but that's the 3rd one down. Ultra kill for Jabs, as TNC just cannot stop the onslaught. Faceless find the melee racks, they'll get the range as well. And Jabs, he's not done. He really, really wants that rampage. He's not going to get it though. The Aegis will be popped.
It was almost running out. This is a good play from him. He wants to die there before it expires. I mean, this fight kind of shows what I was pointing out earlier, right? They just don't have the damage. They were fighting with 2 shrines and a buyback and under their towers, and they still lost. And they didn't even kill a hero, I think. This game is all Faceless, and unless there's some sort of miracle happening in a moment, the game is all over as well. Good damage from Cuckoo here onto Black at least, but Solar Crest's a pretty good item.
Look at the check. They will get the slant to Jazz, but Jabs still with a full tank of mana. Very hard to catch. This will be popped just in case they caught any of TNC's members close behind them. Raven picked up the Invis rune. Doesn't have Horn though, of course, for 40 seconds. Very little he can do.
Wishing he was Earthshaker right now. That was a very good Invis rune on a very bad hero to have an Invis rune on. So
maybe if he had Radiant, he could have gone for the Invis walk down. The slow burn.
That only works in your game zone.
Yep. And then it doesn't.
Let's be real here, it definitely does.
It works against me, Sind. I'm like, why am I dying?
Oh.
And then I realize.
Have you ever played against like a Darkseer Ricky lane level 1 and you just died? You're like, what happened?
No, we don't have offlaners in our pubs.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a Bloodseeker and a Legion in the jungle.
Yeah. Reddit told me so.
Yep.
Every game.
Uh-huh.
No confirmation bias.
Stupendous.
But anyway, back to the game. As TNC are still holding on. They managed to at least get Faceless out of the base. But it did, of course, come at the cost of a dieback, a buyback from the TA. They've lost 2 melee racks, a range racks up on the top lane. Aghanim Scepter now complete 24 minutes in for Ice. He had one little bit of a blunder at the very start. We saw him going down in the lane, but since that point, he had a brilliant time up there. 2-1-14 on this Abaddon. He himself, of course, doing lots in these fights as well, keeping Faceless' cause alive, allowing Jabs as well to play really aggressive, which has just been perfect against TNC. We're seeing Jabs consistently be the one that just zips into the midst of them all. And because, as we mentioned earlier, you know, we talked about the lack of control for the Slark. It's the fact there's lack of control for the Storm as well. They're 2 heroes that you need to be controlling with 2 stuns. TNC,
Ooh, this is a good line.
this is kind of the all-in play.
He knows exactly what's happening. This is the YOLO play. There's
Can
nothing
this
left
work
to do.
out?
TNC, it's go time.
Sam H looking for the lead in. Comes round from the back. Raven will put the horn. Look at the initial stun on XY. Jabs looking straight for the dazzle. Great call from Jabs. Immediately eliminates the backline support. Moves on to Cuckoo. 3, 4 dead. They'll find Raven as well. And it's GG. It's all too much for TNC. As they tap out and Faceless, with one of the most brutal beatdowns we've seen so far here on the main stage in Kiev Major, will win this game 25 minutes in. And it really was looking there straight from the off-sin. I mean, would you say yourself straight from the draft?
Well, I thought the draft was this was going to be a more even game than this. I feel like Faceless outplayed them really hard. They made a couple of very good decisions in the first 5 minutes, and TNC's lineup was one that didn't deal too well with falling behind, especially like it means so much to that lineup that TA has a bad game. I think